Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to talk about my tattoos, and at the end of this little thing, I'll be answering some questions that some of you asked on Instagram about tattoos in general. But before we do that, I wanted to do a little update about my last video. So these are the books that I will be buddy reading with someone during next month, June, for Pride Month. So if you want to either join any of these buddy reads or buddy read anything else with me, check out my last video. But let's get into the actual tattoos. So I prepared nothing, I just realized. 6 tattoos, and they're all very different. They're all by different artists, or tattooers, there we go. And I'm doing this video now because I am not planning on getting in like any new tattoos anytime soon. I have a whole video for my piercings that are pretty up to date, and so I'll link that in the cards if you're interested in like piercing stuff as well. I also made that when I was like pretty done with getting piercings, and obviously I'll probably get more tattoos and piercings in the future because I do have like plans and ideas and some stuff like that. But yeah, let's just get into some of the tattoos. So the first tattoo I got was when I was 16. I'll insert like pictures and stuff, but it's this one. So it's Mandarin, and it says 9 death do not regret. If I'm right, my stepmom is Chinese, so I'm pretty sure that's correct. But it is a Chinese saying that basically means like if you want something, you will do whatever it takes to get it, even if it kills you 9 times, and you should not have any regrets about it, like something like that. But the story is that me and my mom, we were in Spain and during the summer, and it was like one of those countries where you can get it before you're 18, and my mom came with me, and I wanted like actually something that was really dark because I was like quite depressed at the time. I wanted something like with like death or like suicide, or I don't know, like something dark shit, because I was like wanted to reflect what I was going through, but I also didn't want to get it because I know my mom wouldn't allow it. And so I messaged like my stepmom saying like, hey, is there a saying that would really fit me? And she gave me this one that she thought like fit my personality. And at that point I'd like quit like several schools. I like such a quitter, like I couldn't achieve anything. I'm like, oh my god, this is not me at all. And then like in hindsight, I think it was a great saying for me. Like I don't regret it at all. When I got it, I was like, this is not the right thing, but like no one knows what it means, you know, so like who cares? But I think it's nice. I think it's a nice spot. It looks good. I think the saying fits me, and I also like having a Chinese tattoo because like the Chinese part of my family like means a lot to me, and it feels nice to like have something from like their language and their culture like on my body. Then the next tattoo that I got was when I was 18. I think I wanted it on my birthday, but then I got it like a couple months later, and it's this tattoo. It is like a really annoying tattoo, and I had a hard time finding someone who would do it because, you know, you move your arm, and so it looks very different when I do like this than when my arm is just hanging. It looks much more natural, and so many tattoo artists were like, this is not a good idea, you should not get it. But I originally drew this one myself, and then the tattoo person that I went to, called Eric, he like kind of drew it up cleaner. It means absolutely nothing, but at the time I was really into doing these like body sketches. Like I'll insert a picture somewhere of like these bodies connecting through like the wrist and the ankles, and so I wanted something that was originally like with no ankles and no wrist, but I mean you can kind of see it. Yeah, so it just wraps around here. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything now. Like I think this style with the dots and everything is like not really my style anymore. Like I'm much more colorful and like not so like line arty. So I actually found the real sketches that I made before I went to a tattoo artist with this tattoo idea, and I actually like the ones I drew much more. I think I was very insecure when I was 18, and I just said yes to whatever like the artist thought that like they wanted or thought would look better, but I think I like my sketches more. And now that I found the one with like the black box where the arms and legs like disappear into it, I think that is my favorite. And if I got this tattoo like redone, I definitely would have chosen to do that, which I guess is still like a possibility if I want to develop this tattoo in the future sometime. It doesn't mean anything. I think you can decipher stuff from it, like both of this person's like ankles. I did say she, didn't I, with this tattoo? Oh boy. I think it's like it was supposed to be a girl when I got it, but I mean, doesn't really matter now. Both of our ankles go into like these locks, and one arm is a key, and another is like a 4-clover. I used to collect 4-clovers. I have like so many of them. But yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's just something I thought looked cool and was a cool idea. Oh yeah, and then later, I don't know when that was. I think it was probably the same year. I got this tattoo, and this is like this is a cringy story. I will. Someone who's gonna like judge me so hard for this one, but it's fine. Your perception of me is about to change. Like really, it's about to flip. Okay. This one says, "Doing it right," and there is a little plank with like grass coming out of it. When I was 18, like me and my ex-partner or ex-boyfriend, like we kind of broke it off for good. And then that summer, I think me and my mom, we were in Greece, and I decided to get this one. So the drawing is an exact drawing of my sketch. Like this is actually my hand who's made these lines, but not actually on my body. And the story is very cringy, but we'll get to it. It is like centered around the relationship of my ex-boyfriend and how we fell in love in like a very weird way, but there was this one kind of thing that like event where it was like, oh my god, can I say this on the internet? Can I say this on the for a long time, I didn't want to tell anyone what this was about because it was like so precious, and if I spoke it out loud, like it would take away the power of it. Now I'm like, I don't care. Like nothing I say is gonna make it any different, you know? Like I don't care how many people know about it. But I'm gonna need a sip of coffee. Still haven't done the dishes. So the grass and the plank is, after school we would sit outside of the school and we would just talk and talk and talk, and we would always like put small pieces of grass in between this like wooden bench, and that's what this illustrates. And it was also the time when we came up with like our song, which was, are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Okay? Doing It Wrong by Drake. Hence why it says Doing It Right. But I got this tattoo because the lyrics of Doing It Wrong is so ironic, because the song is quite sad about this couple breaking up and how they can no longer be there for each other because of various reasons. And why I got this tattoo is because the song is like how we ended up breaking up. And so I got it because this was like the moment when we created the song, and ironically, it explains why we broke up. And so the tattoo, the actual meaning tattoo, is not the representation of our relationship. The actual meaning of the tattoo is that like things are kind of already laid out for you and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Not in like a destiny way, but everything works out exactly how it's supposed to and how it's always supposed to be. And it doesn't mean that like I'm stripped of power in certain situations, but that nothing really is sad, because you know, like times like doesn't really exist and all that stupid bullshit. And when I got the tattoo, I was gonna get Doing It Wrong, but my mom like convinced me to say like, oh, that's so negative. Like I don't know why you're getting this, but you should at least say Doing It Right. And with the meaning I intended, it actually makes more sense, because I'm twisting the lyrics of the song to, instead of doing it wrong, to doing it right. And that's why I have it. So yeah, I do have a Drake song reference on my shoulder. But I think it's actually a pretty good song. I mean, obviously I have like a lot of emotions around it, but I'm so over like that whole situation now, and I don't regret getting the tattoo. It's like a funny story, like who cares? Yeah, okay, I told you about that. And then the next one I got is this tattoo right here. I also kind of grown out of this tattoo, trigger warning for HP. This is Harry Potter tattoo. Will I get closer? I guess. So this is liquid luck, and this is like one of those things you turn. So the idea is that like I can turn on the luck. It is quite a simple idea. There's nothing more to it. I just like Harry Potter's, it used to be a big part of my personality. I have since like moved on and stripped it from like the power it had over me and like how much I wanted to collect things. And I've just quit the last week, listen to Harry Potter like every single night before I go to bed, and I'm slowly like unlearning that habit, but I've been doing that for years, so it's like difficult to stop because my brain is like so programmed to fall asleep when I'm listening to Stephen Fry's voice. I mean, I guess I could listen to something else, like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But yeah, the tattoo is done by a Danish artist called, I will link all the tattoo artists down below because this is the only person that I think I unfollowed on Instagram, so I can't find him. But yeah, he does like very gritty tattoos, and originally I wanted this, it's kind of like a chain. I wanted the chain to go around my arm. Yeah, but then he kind of misunderstood, and when I got there and I wanted to get the tattoo, like, I was like, I didn't really want to go back another time and have him redesign it, because I was like there with my friends, which is so stupid. Like, if you want to redesign a tattoo, just say like, oh, I think we misinterpreted, like, I'll come back another time, when, like, you know, it's exactly what I want. But I don't know what it is, I just never regret things, which is like a bad thing, I guess, but like I still don't have any regrets about getting it, even though I actually wanted the chain to go around my arm, because this one goes around my arm, so I wanted them to be like two things that go around my arm. But now I'm like, who cares? I don't know why. I wish I cared more. My tongue is all like brown. Then I got like the big tattoo. I've showed you this before in my Towel Day celebration video, which is like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy day, but this is definitely my favorite tattoo. It means so much to me for so many reasons. It's like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference, but also an Adventure Time reference. And like, I could cry just thinking about Adventure Time. Adventure Time is like everything to me. Like, it is so ingrained in like who I am as a person, which is like fucking weird. Also, now this is just a side note. I just knew like Willow, which is just like such an inspiration. She has a song called Marceline that's like based on Adventure Time. And I didn't know this. And I listened to it and I'm like, holy shit. It just came up like as I shuffled on Spotify. And I'm like, this is so cool. And she's so cool, and I'm like a little bit obsessed with Willow now, but we'll move on. Anyways, it looks like this, I think. Oh god, that's my mic. Holy shit, why did I decide to do it like this? It looks like this. So this is I'll actually just insert a picture while I explain it. So there are several Adventure Time references in this. So I originally designed the idea, but the actual design is done by Nina, the tattoo artist. It's actually at the same tattoo place as this one, but like two completely different artists. But it's the same place. So the idea is the hyper improbability drive. It's hyperdrive? Oh my god, I already forgotten it. It's on my body. When you press the button in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it makes any reality be possible to come true. And so anything can happen when you press it, which is just something I love in itself. And the design of this is from the 2005 movie. And then the light that's coming out of the tattoo is actually kind of looks like the comet in Adventure Time. And there is this whole kind of story arc that Finn the human, he's lived 5 lives, I think, many different lives. The first one is the comets, I think, and then you have the butterflies, which are flowing around Finn. Then you also have this other creature that I forgot the name of. I originally wanted her in it too. She's like the one who has the arm cut off and then becomes the slime, or like the monster that eventually becomes the tree, which is just a pretty incredible story in itself. But so I originally wanted her in it, but then there's Finn, so you have at least 3 like timelines of his existence, which is the comet, the butterflies, and Finn the human. So editing wheel here, I realized there was like a lot of stuff I didn't talk about, and there was a lot of things that were not important that I just rambled on about, hence this excessively long video. But I want to show you some of my original sketches for this idea, because it's definitely my favorite tattoo, the most personal one. And I started off doing like a lot of different sketches. Like, I really connect with Marceline. I think I made there's so many things I've been asking like Instagram for example, your assumptions about me, and one of them, I never made a video of it because there were never like enough people who answered for me to actually make a full video of it, which makes me kind of sad, but also I'm sorry. But there was someone who said like, even though you look like Princess Bubblegum, you are more like Marceline. And honestly, like, I am very much a mix of the two. Princess Bubblegum gives off huge Capricorn energy, which obviously I can relate to. But yeah, I'm much more like Marceline. And Marceline has this teddy bear that is just so ruined. And if you don't already know, I have a teddy bear that I'm never gonna let go of. So I just really wanted this on my body. One drunken night, I met a person who had this character on, I always forget his name, on their body. And then obviously I was very attached to Finn as a baby, but also his like metal arm. The Grable I was attached for a long time too, because it's like the life story. It's more about, you can read more about it on the wiki. The cat in a box I thought was cute. Backpack, lemon grab. One of my friends actually has the snail on her leg. So obviously I can't get that now. But here is some of my original sketches. So this is the one I was thinking more. It's like a circle of life with, I forget what her name is, but it's like Finn's life. And I added the flower onto her arm. So like these things interconnect in a way, like you can show that they're all connected. The butterfly, Grable, and then all surrounded by the comet. And then I went to this because there's some speculation that her cat is like also Jake in another life. And so I made this, which was like kind of where I was going for a long time. I sent all these sketches to the tattoo artist. That's just her. And then, but then I got really attached to this idea, which is kind of like where my tattoo comes from, and it's still like my favorite idea. Oh yeah. And then I drew like Pendleton Ward and, what's her name? Rebecca Sugar, which is one of the creators of Adventure Time, who's also non-binary. Okay, back to the video. And then I have Finn as a baby because it's like the amazing scene when he's like, I'm a tough tootin' baby, I can punch all your you know, like this song. I don't even know it. It's same like It's on My Body, and I don't even know the song. But I recently posted it on like a trans group, I don't know, on Facebook that I'm part of, because someone was asking about like, what tattoos do you have? And then I showed this tattoo and someone commented, I'm a buff baby that can dance like a man. I can shake on my fanny, I can shake on my can. I'm a top tootin' baby, I can punch all your buns. Punch all your buns, I can punch all your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun. Woo! It's like, I think Marceline has a dream where she dreams that Finn dances like that. Like he's like dancing, it's really cute. And then he's singing this. But then I'm like, okay, so this is a female to male trans group. Don't ask me why I'm part of that. It's just very relatable. I have some soul searching to do. But the first two lines are, I'm a buff baby that can dance like a man. I can shake on my fanny. I can shake on my can. I mean, is that a trans reference? So, turns out fanny also means butt in North America, but we're choosing to ignore that definition on my channel. Anyways, we'll move on. So that's the meaning of tattoo. It's still my favorite tattoo. It's colorful. I love it so much. Like, it brings me so much happiness. Also, I just want to mention, if I didn't talk about like pain and stuff in this video and like duration, because I honestly don't remember much of the different ones. Tattoos usually are pretty equally painful. But if you're getting a color tattoo, and listen to me closely, I'm very serious about this. If you're getting a tattoo with color, or any like huge tattoo, and your tattoo artist says, I recommend getting this in 2 sittings because it will take quite a long time, and this way I think is better. Just say, yes, thank you, that sounds great, because I got my Adventure Time tattoo all in 1 sitting, and it was more than 4 hours. Regrets, like massive regrets. It was one of the most painful things I've ever been through, because the pain gets worse and worse, because she went like over same spots again and again and again, and once you've been there for 4 hours, like I was crying. Like, I don't cry often when it's like just for pain. I did cry once when I was getting like my legs waxed in China, but that's different story. But this was, it was like at the end, it was so painful, like so painful. But then she was applying like the numbing cream and it was okay. But wow, like trust me, if you're gonna get a tattoo artist recommends doing it in 2 tries, say yes. Even if it's like maybe a smaller tattoo and they don't recommend it, just ask, can I do it in 2 goes, you know? Like, it's just the safer thing. And yeah, like, just don't put yourself through that. Like, it was painful. And the last one I got, I'm not gonna take off my bow tie. It's like the little trans symbol that I have here. I got this just last minute at a place called Mixed Tattoo, done by someone called Dina, and I didn't like talk to this person before. Like I just called and got it, which I wouldn't like normally recommend. But I'm really happy with it, and the person was really good that gave me the tattoo. And now I'm on to answering some questions. So I've got 5 questions, which is a perfect amount. Thank you to Shay, Mimi, and Chloe for answering. So the first one is, how do you know when your idea of a tattoo is marinated enough that you can feel confident about it? I honestly am the wrong person to ask for this, because like when I have a tattoo idea, I just get it. Like I have had, like most of my decision to get tattoos are like fairly impulsive. Like I haven't thought years about it, like maybe a couple months, and then I decide like, oh, this is the one, like pretty much the day of or something like that. So like the Adventure Time tattoo I thought a lot about, but I just don't have so many regrets in life in general. Like I just don't attach so heavily to the ideas that like I have and have on my body. Like you know, like I have like a lot of scars on my body, and those were put there out of like hate. And so anything I put on my body that is has always come from a place of love, I can't find myself to regret, because I've already put something there that I've done out of hate, and I'm okay with that. So if I do something out of love, like of course I'll be okay if I regret it, you know. So I think you just have to accept that, you know, things might change. You might get a Harry Potter tattoo and J.K. Rowling might be like canceled, you know, and you'll have it forever. You can also get a tattoo removed. It's like not a big deal. How do I know when it's time? When the feeling of not getting it or like not having it on my body becomes like irresistible, like not able to cope with the fact that I don't have this on my body right now. Like when it becomes a must, then yeah, I get it. I hope that answers your question. Tattoo you sigh when you have to explain what it means. The Chinese sign tattoo, like people are so curious, and I'm just like, it means this, sort of. I'm not even sure anymore. A tattoo nobody ever sees but you. I mean, none of them. I think both the Mandarin sign and the Adventure Time tattoo are both things that are quite like invisible, because I always wear a shirt most of the time, except on like when dance and everything. This is a tattoo that people forget I have. Like friends that I've had for 3 years will be like, have you always had that as long as I've known you? It's just a very forgettable one. Like it's just not very special. Are all of your tattoos black, or do you have color? Well, I have one. Oh, this one actually has a little bit of color too. It has like green grass and wood, so it's like a little bit less colory brown. That's what wood color is. And this one has a lot of color, but I want future ones to have more color because I find that they make me more happy. And the reason why I've been hesitant to get like a lot of color is because I do want to be a dancer, and I've heard all like throughout my life that like people are not gonna want to have you as a dancer if you have a lot of tattoos. But I've come to the realization, if someone's gonna not hire me because I have tattoos, I don't really want to work with them anyways, especially since it's so easy to cover up with like foundation. Great question that I thought about answering anyways, but Chloe beat me to the game. Are there any specific tattoos you want to get in the future? I have 2-ish that one that is like, it's kind of the same concept, but I haven't like visualized it in my mind yet. Is I want to get a fig, a cut open fig. I know that seems a bit weird, but there is this artist called Esther Talabal, something like that. And they do like very, very realistic organic tattoos of like flowers and fruits and berries and vegetables. And I'll insert some pictures here because like they're truly really, really good. Like it looks super realistic. So I want like a cut open fig. I had a similar idea about aubergine, because eggplant or aubergine is my favorite vegetable. Like I love it so much. So I want my favorite fruit and my favorite vegetable, like fig and aubergine, but you know, emojis have ruined aubergine forever, which is like the biggest reason I cannot get an aubergine. But you can also read this tattoo as like vagina and penis. Feelings about that, very conflicted. Should I just embrace it and get it anyways? It's just so sexualized, and part of me finds it hilarious if I were to get those tattoos, but I also really want to get them. So we'll see what happens if I just get over it, if the internet gets over this fucking eggplant emoji. Those are like the only idea I have for a tattoo. I have speculated for a long time that I want to get a tattoo with all my bunnies, kind of like under my breastises. I have gone back and forth between that because I feel like I will have a lot of pets in my life, and pets live shorter life than humans, obviously, and I can't get a tattoo of every single pet that I'm ever gonna have, and so that's why I'm hesitant to make it. So I want a bunny tattoo. This is for sure. I want a bunny tattoo for sure, but I don't know how, when, where. So those are all my tattoos, and those were all the questions that you had. Of course, like, comment down below if you have any more questions for me. Which tattoo of mine do you like the most? Do you have any cool tattoos? Any book related tattoos? I guess I have only one like movie TV show tattoo, and the rest are just, oh yeah, Harry Potter. Forget about it. But liquid luck is just such a cool idea. I'm not gonna get it removed, you know? I wish you all, sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will chat with all of you soon.